multi-cuisine, but they're multi-purpose too. If that's kind of a way of describing what I was doing a little earlier on. Now going out with a family is no longer about put your family into a car, go to a restaurant and order the same standard menu. There is so much more to do, and so much more is exactly what I'm going to show you on this week's Feeding Frenzy. It keeps you wired the whole day through. This popular gaming arcade on Khadr Nawaz Khan Road is a popular hangout for kids, the young working guys and girls and gamers alike, and the occasional wannabe gamers like myself. Hours of gaming and staying glued to the seat does have its side effects.
When she says I know, but she don't wanna go, and she's doing okay, but she still wanna stay. It's like girl she feels.
Well, so what do? Well, you don't have to really worry, because a couple of steps away from here is a smouldering new hot restaurant, and it's called Embers.
She's doing okay, but she still wanna stay. It's like girl she feels, but don't make me dance. It's taking me over, it's taking me over. That girl is
Tucked into 3 levels of seating, each floor is unique and utilizes optimum space. No liquor license here, but the bar does serve some funky mocktail shots which are worth a try. Now the entire experience can give you much more than a hot and happening meal.
When you walk into Embers, you feel like it's a whole different world altogether. You have a huge array of games, and if you feel you want to just walk out for 10 minutes and have a roll in the ball, you have water zorbing, we have laser simulator, which is very, very interesting, and the ambience of Embers is really, really cool. It has so many colors. We've only played with lights, the colors. It starts from our menu card. Even our menu card, you can see each card, each item has a different color card to it, and you know, it's basically a feel-good place for the youngsters. I mean, they would love to hang out here because it's the right place. That's what I think.
she says I know, but she don't wanna go, she's doing okay.
And a hot and happening meal is what I'm going to experience here today. Now the USP of Embers is the flavor of the meats cooked with the charcoal. So the full body flavor of meats makes it befitting for me to go ahead and order a plate of kebabs, which my dear friend will help you understand what I'm talking about. Cooking meat in a hearth is an age-old tradition that dates far beyond the biblical times too. Basically, there are 2 types of coal, mesquite and briquettes. Mesquite are pieces of coal which are sharp-edged, specially made coal, and the latter briquettes are evenly cut up pieces of coal. Each has their own quality, but it's the mesquite's uneven edges that gives it the edge in all the chef's kitchens around the world. A safe mode option to choose in your meal, the assorted platter of kebabs has your standard portion of chicken, lamb and fish. The presentation can be worked out better to keep up the theme of the restaurant, but the real deal is in the flavors of this dish. Now the smoky flavors in each of the meat is really good. Whether it's the lamb, the fish or the chicken, each of the meat retains its flavors. Now all the smoky starters, I've ordered something to kind of quench my thirst, and I've gone ahead and ordered a raspberry mojito. Speaking of orders, Embers has an impressive lineup of shisha. Now it's got a really long list, so it's quite difficult to choose which one. And this place is really catching on with the youngsters. I must say, with all the right elements, this place can start a fire. That brings me to the menu itself. The creativity in this restaurant is commendable. The magic of this place wires up after sunset every evening. If seated out, then the menu's brightly colored pages get illuminated with the help of a torch, giving you the feel of being in an urban jungle. Flipping through the pages, the menu offers you a fine selection of Indian cuisine, but the best seller here is what owner Prashanti personally recommends, the Hyderabadi Dum Gosht Biryani. Why would I want to choose anything else? The Hyderabadi Dum Gosht Biryani recipe is a painstakingly implemented recipe. The USP of this dish is not in the rice, but the meat. So that's what I was looking for in my order. The meat is marinated to allow the juices and the masala mixture to sink into the layers of meat, tenderizing it with every passing hour. When cooked, the meat simply feels like cotton in your mouth. To put it in one word, the biryani is simply wonderful. Now the flavors of the meat is really juicy, it's soft, it's tender, and that's because of the long hours in marination. So that's just evidence to show that this biryani dish is really good. Now the one thing about Hyderabadi biryani is you never mix it or stir it too often, and that's because you don't want to break the long grains of rice, which are the carriers in the flavors of the food. Now what I really like about this dish is that it can be a little overpowering for those of you all who do not like too much spice. So if that is the case, then remember, when you're placing your order, you can always tell the waiter to go a little less on the spice. After gorging down on my aromatic golden rice grains combined with the cotton-like pieces of lamb, my voracious appetite was quite satisfied. However, before I left, there was one more thing to do. Try the iced pan. Now the betel leaf has a lot of curative properties. Now according to science, it does help you in digestion, it's got curative properties, and it is also a sign of hospitality in many traditional Indian homes. Well, pan, all of us have eaten at some point, but Embers ensures that they stay ahead in their trends and tastes, and you must try out the iced pan, which is what I'm opening up right here. Now I'm having the iced chocolate pan. The dark green heart-shaped leaf is rolled up with the sweet paste of gulkand made from crushed rose petals and herbs and spices. Centered on the leaf is a solid piece of dark cocoa that binds this whole thing together. Some nifty wrapping skills, a couple of minutes in the freezer, and what you have is a delightful twist in the mouth. Now the aftertaste of the pan is still kind of settling down because this is the first time I've tasted something like an iced chocolate pan. But the entire experience of Embers has not left a smoky taste but a smouldering taste in my mouth. Now here are the following reasons why I thoroughly recommend this place. 1. It's the theme and the ambience. 2. The value for money. And 3. The kebabs, the biryani and the pan, of course. Now if you want to be part of Feeding Frenzy, then remember, send in your answers to this week's competition question. The process of pyrolysis. Decomposition in the absence of oxygen produces which usable residue? A. Rubber, B. Charcoal or C. Sugar? Send in your answers to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com.